Welcome back, everyone, to the Women's Challenger Series, the WCS here, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. And as you can see, the receding hairline is not here tonight of Sean Green, but Nick, you may be working on that, my guy. I don't know. What do you
Just
say?
trying to be like my dad. That's all it is, right? No, excited to be here as a fill-in of fill-ins of last-second fill-ins has been today's theme. So excited to be here for a great match and really another personality clash here on the WCS.
Yeah, that's completely 100% correct. We've got Olivia Terry taking on Meredith McGee. And just real quick, before we get underway, I want everybody in the chat to give a big boo to Nick DeShera and Meredith McGee. The only reason why is because in Florida it's like 73. Everywhere else it seems to be like frigid weather, 30 degrees or snow just everywhere. And meanwhile, you guys are just living it up there in Florida. So
It's hard.
a big
It's hard to be this comfortable all the time.
Man, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go, folks. This is going to be an entertaining battle. Of course, Meredith McGee has been partnering up with Kenny Doyle most of this run. Olivia Terry, same can be said for her with Brandon Kessler. Both very talented male individuals, but these ladies have been stepping it up 100% of the way. Let's take it on over to Olivia Terry first as we hear her tale of the tape here. And that's going to be a 4.0 NPR average for her. I'm just going to go right there, right off the bat, with a 52.5 win percentage. You can see OT is her nickname, location playing at trick shots. I think that's actually Diggers, correct?
Oh, that is correct. That's a typo from Sean Green there. Definitely.
Yeah, there we go. So that's actually going to be Diggers is where she's going to be playing at in Ohio. She's playing for 8+ years. School teacher, folks. So hate that. No, I'm just kidding. Love it. Super darts, Black Beauty, 19 grams for her. And I'll get back to some stats here. 5.9 marks, 21.7 marks, 27.5 marks for her in what has been a beautiful Women's Challenger Series for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of those ladies that we had our eyes on from the get-go when looking at the WCS, and she's shown why in that first week matchup she had. I mean, really has the stuff and averaging some of the best out of the ladies here and has those moments of her timing being on point. I'm excited to see if that continues tonight.
Exactly. Let's head on over to Meredith McGee. Let's get some information on her as she's going to be playing out of trick shots. The understudy is her nickname. I didn't know that one. That's pretty good. I like.
She borrowed it for tonight. She called themselves the understudies, getting called up to the big leagues when they had to switch the matches.
I love it. Well, fun fact, folks, she's got a very good interview. You'll want to stay for that one. Been playing for 34 years, a 3.57 NPR, 65.5 win rate, and then a Super Darts player here as well. So a Super Darts battle here, playing her Meredith McGee 18-gram barrels. Some facts for her: 2.9 marks, 19.7 marks, 36.5 marks, and a white horse to boot. So that's her tale of the tape here. I'm excited for this battle. This is a good one as we are in the top 6 now of this one, Nick. That's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, top 6 here. We've got Lisa Yee, Abby Spot going on this evening. And of course, Cheyenne Richards and Chrissy Grimble. That was going to be our match. But unfortunately, due to the road conditions in Texas, which I don't even know if they have snow plows, they just kind of strap on a couple snow shovels to the front of the trucks and just kind of see if it works for them. You know, that kind of happens in Texas. So you can't blame her for not being able to get to her bar to make this match happen. But nonetheless, this is going to be an entertaining one, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's chalked up to be that way. And I think statistically, this is one of the most interesting possible matchups that we could have here. I think where Meredith's average does slightly shy in the WCS so far is kind of made up where Kenny's right around that same range as Brandon. So these girls can perform, these guys can perform. It's really about who brings their best stuff at the given moment.
Exactly. And before we go, Cheyenne says, I'm sorry. Don't apologize, Cheyenne. It's not your fault at all. We totally understand. It's very difficult to get places when the weather isn't cooperating. I could only imagine being in Buffalo right now, having to deal with that madness. But yeah, you're right. With Kenny and Brandon, we said a 4.0 for Olivia. How about a 4.83 for Brandon Kessler? He's thrown 9 marks, 35, 7 marks, 29, 5 marks, and 3 white horses. And then for Kenny Doyle, Meredith, throwing a 3.57. Kenny throwing that 5.12. So kind of makes up the odds there, as you said. 17 9 marks for him, which is impressive. 35 7 marks, 29 5 marks, and 3 white horses.
Also, interesting note here, mentionable that the Booyah Cup qualifier, these ladies played against each other. On the winner's side, Meredith won against Olivia Terry 3-0, and then they met again on the fourth match on the loser side of the bracket, where Olivia Terry won 3-0. So really, it could be any girl's game.
Yeah, what a great recovery there from the one and only Meradith McGee. But look at Olivia right off the bat. And you see her. She's a fiery personality. She's going to give it a go here if she hits some big shots. And you see it right off the bat. So, folks, who do you got in this chat? Let us hear it in the chat. What do you say? We'd love having you here tonight. Our raffle is going to be a $25 gift certificate to AtoZDarts.com. That is a hefty amount of money when you really think about it, especially when you can tack on that just $20 more. It gives you some free shipping as well. Lovely. Lovely. Who doesn't love that at all? So here we go. Terry, to start us off, and per usual, best of 9, or sorry, race to 9. The ladies will start us off. They will cork as well, as you saw there. So here we go.
Yeah, you can see big crowds. You do see Chris Grimmel is in the background, as she was already on the way to play League at the bar at Trick Shot. So she's still watching along here, seeing who's going to do well on the other side of the bracket and who's going to continue their run. We're really down to the nitty gritty in the bracket, with the only other remaining teams that we haven't mentioned yet is Team Lisa Yee and Team Abby Spot still fighting it out.
Yeah. Which we did mention that, but I can't blame you there, bud. It's okay.
I tune you out most of the time. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you got 17 other things you're worried about, and we don't have Sean here this evening, so can't blame you. As Brandon Kessler starts us off with a nice 7 mark. I was about to say there's our 9 mark, but that's okay. That's good. And yeah, I'm glad that Chrissy did end up showing up. Like you said, she was already headed to the bar. I'm sure she was almost there. That is a pretty significant drive she's got, an hour and a half. But some of us don't have to deal with the weather that all of us, all the other people in the world have to deal, or in the U.S. have to deal with, because literally everybody is dealing with it but your state.
Can I just say, it's not, you're making it sound like it's my fault, as if I were to cause it.
100% your fault.
I'm sorry, misunderstood how weather works. I guess I forgot my powers. They call me Storm.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, here we go. Close to 400 of you folks joining us this evening. We appreciate you. Once again, this is the WCS, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts here. And also, how about this? January's Dart of the Month is the Gerwin Price Midnight Edition Darts by Red Dragon. Purchase today and receive a free Iceman jersey with all Gerwin Price Midnight Edition darts. That's a heck of a deal, buddy. You get a free jersey with a purchase? What?
Like free? That's insane.
100%. While you're at it, shop the Target December 2023 drop for all the new colors of the popular K-Flex and more. Just click the banner on their home page. Yeah, those K-Flex, man, they are taking off, as Kenny Doyle is taking off. Great 8 mark for him. Puts him out in front by just a little bit.
And notable thing about the K-Flex is that is the preferred flight system for my dad.
Fun fact, if you want to play like Nick's dad, not very good. I'm just kidding.
No, I
can't do him like that. I can't do it like that. Birdman Darts joining us. Hello, how's it going? One of the many Grand Board streamers out there that does a fantastic job allowing all you folks to join in on the fun.
Yeah, I got a chance to meet him out when I went over to Arizona. Al's a really nice guy and seems to be doing some good stuff. Those Grand Board streams are getting pretty popular nowadays. I mean, you got Bullseyes and Brewskis as well. You got Mod Frog, Trippin', Lost Boys. There's just too many to name.
No, it's just, it's perfect. It's the perfect outlet for you to put yourself in a situation that you are instantly under pressure with a camera on you. And you feel that. It can get you better at a tournament situation by being involved in this stream. So, a little encouragement there your way. How about this from Kenny Doyle going after the 15s, attack mode as he hits it. Big 7 mark for him.
Yeah, early telling of the averages right now is that Kenny is feeling like he's going to play some Kenny Doyle darts.
Kenny's Kenny's off to a hot start here with a 7.0 average, while everybody else seems to be struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, Kenny and Meredith will be the ones to tell you when they were in that second round matchup against Cheyenne Richards' team, they felt like they were well off the market going against a team that is always on the mark. And they have been very careful as to not fall into those patterns again. And it's going to show. It's going to show that they're going to play a little bit more aggressive, play a little bit more confident, because that's what it takes. Because Olivia Terry does not lack confidence.
Not at all. She is a very confident individual. That goes back to her Toledo basketball days, or just basketball in general. She was let's just say, she was a stud of a basketball player back in the day. Oh, Kenny looking to win the leg, and look at him. That was impressive. 6.55 for Kenny.
Yeah, good stuff from Sunshine State Santa to get us going here in that leg number 1.
I still don't know why we did that to ourselves, naming him that, but it's okay. It's okay. We just all have to deal with it now, Sean.
Yeah. Shout out Sean Green, everybody. If everyone could just go on Facebook and send him a personal message saying thank you, Sean. No context. That's what. Just can you do that for me? Thank you.
Definitely would appreciate it. No little context. Sean did make his way back from Batavia, New York, which, folks, that's near Buffalo. And as you could see, they definitely had quite the eventful situation this weekend, including a travel ban in Buffalo itself. So took him a little bit longer than he thought it would to get home, and he's now paying the price a little bit. So we wish Sean a little well in the household that is the Greens to feel a little bit better.
And guys,
Kessler.
I do know that we have a little bit of lag here from the Diggers Bar. Unfortunately, with the snow is also some bad air over there. As you can see, where it's sunny, the internet seems to be fine, but did work with the bar and tried to get him going. So it's going to be a little behind. Just like if you guys know that we are watching it.
If you anticipate us being sorry for you, that's not going to happen, my guy, because you mentioned that. Oh, in sunny Florida. Yeah, okay.
It was a little bit overcast today. Let's
Yeah,
just
whatever.
a little.
That's all right. We'll hit that refresh button every once in a while and get it situated when we can. But at least we have that game screen that's going to be reliable for us to always go to. As Meredith will step up, I'm sure she'll eyeball the 18s here. Exactly what she's doing. Look at her trying to close aggressively here with, that minimum point lead. Well, I mean, it's just to open up a wedge for her essentially. So why not go ahead and attack it?
Yeah, it's also just, again, that sign of confidence. It's long format. Take some risks early on, take those shots, and then when it gets down to the wire, that's when things start to change up. But early on, taking shots like that, I'm absolutely a fan of.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it was stupid on me to even say it because I was thinking the 18s were closed, honestly. So, but don't rely on me. I made a stupid error this weekend in a tournament, and it cost me. So whatever.
Yeah, you want to talk about that for a second?
No,
here?
I don't. No,
All
I
right.
don't.
Not the error. I just meant the
don't.
tournament. But
no,
you're right.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, it is what it is. Sometimes you get beat outright, and sometimes it goes your way. That's how tournaments go. That's why we all play the game. That's why it's fun. Not one. Well, not everybody's Phil Taylor. Let's be honest. But you can't dominate for essentially everything. You're gonna take your losses here and there. So did Phil.
Only a couple, but he did have a few.
It's only a couple. Well, Meredith here.
Gets it.
Wow. Double with the last dart. Puts them up 2-0 here in this top 6 matchup. Folks, the loser of this one will take home $300. So still a good chunk of change. Winner will advance into the 4th place situation with $500 on the line.
And we've talked about it before, right? But I mean, you'll hear it in these interviews too. They're not thinking about the prize money, especially in an event like this, because it's with that partnership and everything. It's a little harder when you get, especially to that CSC Division 2, is where you catch players thinking about it, getting a little tight, a little nervous. Here, all these people are used to playing for this amount of money, honestly, and they're just going to be focused more so on making sure they don't disappoint their partner, and that's going to be a bigger factor.
But both have played with their partner for such a long time. I mean, they know the spiel. They're going to make it work either way here.
Now, when we watched Olivia Terry last in that first week of the WCS, one of the things that I think was the most notable about her performance was her ability to start off strong. This go around does get that 4 mark open, but that's going to be such an important thing for setting the precedence for these players, is just how strong the girls are starting here.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, yeah, I will say Kenny took hold of that first leg pretty dominantly, but I think that's not going to be the case for most of the other legs. I think we should be okay here. I think we're going to see pretty both Olivia and Meredith pick up the pace, and they're going to be both sitting at a 4-0. I guarantee you most of this match.
Yeah, it's going to be a comfortable and familiar home for them.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. As you can see there, Olivia not happy with that round. Couple neighbors.
See, Meredith's just trying to get herself set up here. She's very methodical. We've talked about it before, and we'll talk about it again. She is a methodical player that takes her time setting up, and she says the slower is the better. When she starts playing fast, she starts letting things go haywire, and it's going to be a common point to see tonight in her game.
Guess we're going to step up here. Go ahead and close out the 18s. Will he move on to the 17s? Yes, he will. Try to take hold of those before Kenny gets to him, and he will not. So Kenny could essentially put some distance out. I don't really see him taking his chances on the closes at all.
Yeah,
take one.
Yeah, he tried to force it in there. Typically, 17 is a honey hole for him there. So I didn't see him moving off that, even if he hit the first two. In that case, though, only collecting 2. This is a great opening for Olivia to capitalize. Kaylee Beard in chat saying, Nick, I broke my glasses. Can I get those Oakleys back from 2018? The answer is no, because I don't even have them anymore. But thanks for asking.
2018. That's like an eternity ago. Like, what the heck? How you gonna ask about that?
Back when I still ran blind draws. Oh, look at that shot from Meradith McGee there, getting one on the board.
Yeah, Kessler. Just 320s there, but now Kenny could essentially take a shot here for a white horse.
Oh. Doesn't quite get it, but a great shot at it and putting a lot of pressure here on OT. I do know a lot of you guys in chat are wondering about the Cheyenne Richards Chrissy Grimmel match. It is postponed, but of course, since they're Queen Seat match, we're going to make sure to do our best to get it on stream, figure it out. More than likely, hoping for next Monday, assuming the girls are able to get everything sorted with scheduling, but we will figure it out with them because, of course, we want to be continuing to bring you the action, especially for something as important as the Queen Seat of our first inaugural WCS. First inaugurals. We're kind of dumb to say, but you guys know what I meant. Honestly, Kenny and Murph in a league where they were well behind and on the start from a real lax opening, all of a sudden fully capitalize on the opportunity, claw their way back in, and are favored to go 3 up at the start here, which is something I didn't exactly foresee. So Meredith just needs two bowls to get that advantage on the board here.
Wow. Sorry about that, Nick. I changed out my Ethernet port here as I was struggling there. But wow, what a turn of events there for Meredith and Kenny coming down from three houses down to win that leg, a 3-0 advantage now. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. You don't expect it when you were drawing up this match, and when we were looking at it. You kind of expected to see it go neck and neck through and through, but I mean, just a strong start and some big punishments from Kenny Meredith. But I don't expect Olivia or Brandon to be out of this match until you see that final game tick over. I mean, just with the ebb and flow of how they play, it's something where you kind of can see it just swing either direction at any point.
Yeah, you know Olivia, she plays with that fire. So if she's gonna get one or two legs in a row, I think she's gonna have that confidence boost. She's gonna really give it a go and try to make her best do on this.
You know, it'd be crazy. Well,
Let's hear it.
what if after Christmas Kenny shaved the beard? Would you have been ready
No,
for that? I wouldn't have been ready for that.
it's not happening. It ain't happening. That beard's forever gonna be there. Back to back trip 19s. Can she get a wow? She took a chance there, took it out. Big double for her. An 8 mark will do. Gonna feel like a massive 9.
So now Meredith here, forced to open up a new house, try to dig deep, and gets those 18s right on the first and the second here. Can she just slap right back in it? Does do so. Gets our second 9 mark of the match, and second one for Meredith as well, hitting both of our 9 marks so far.
You just contradicted yourself there, but that's quite all right there, bud. Hey,
I'm good at doing that, for the record.
you're
I've done it
very,
like 13 times already.
very good at it. I can tell. That's okay. That's all right. 2 9 marks though for Meredith is a very impressive for her as she came out to really show her true form here, and especially when Kenny's complimenting her by doing this. I mean this is a little overwhelming, Nick.
Uh, it certainly is, Will. I don't know why I put so much emphasis on that, but it really is. The one thing though is it's going to be unwavering for Olivia and Brandon. They will try to regroup, and honestly, I think if I were them right now, all I would be hoping for is the break. I want the break to come as soon as possible because we need to sort out what's going on, stretch it out, and get reset here, and also to try to ice what is the momentum going on for Meredith and Kenny.
I don't know. That breaks a long ways away, but that's still 4 legs away. There's 3 legs realistically. They're in their 4th leg, but you got to find at least two legs here on the board essentially before you go into the break. I think. I mean, 2 bare minimum. You'd love to have 3 or 4 in a row, but I don't know. It's very difficult to come back, especially if your opponent's looking at 4 legs to win a match.
Yeah, and it's certainly nothing attributed to them getting put up to the stream as they were already planning to play tonight. The only difference is they actually were going to play 1 hour earlier. So
Yeah.
that's the only difference there. So it's not like that's a factor. I think it's just one of those misdialed connections at the moment for them.
Exactly, and it could be a case of those one hole outsides. We've all had that where you're right there, but you just seem to be one hole outside, and there's another one. Just the single 16 trip 8. Difficult. Meredith will step in here, eyeballing the 16s or 15s. She takes hold of the 15s first, right on over to the 16s. Take those out too. My goodness, folks.
What a shot from McGee.
Impressive.
The,
An 8
un-
mark for her there.
the understudy is getting it done at the moment.
Kenny Nishning the one to put this one away. It's guaranteed to happen. How often does Kenny miss 3 outright at the bull?
Depends. Is he playing left-handed? Because right-handed, absolutely not.
Oh, there you go.
I had
Great
that.
stuff.
I honestly am shocked at the score discrepancy right now in the start. And again, to the benefit of the fact that Meredith and Kenny are playing well and taking advantage of some lax moments from Olivia and Brandon. They're doing everything right now.
Just for you folks that are wondering here, Olivia and Brandon, because they've played, I believe, the whole way together. First round matchup between Alyssa Evans that came through that. Round 2 was Trisha Romero. Then round 3, they lost to Chrissy Grimmel. For Meredith McGee, it was a first round tie versus Lorraine Mosley. Round 2 was Cheyenne Richards. And then Alyssa Evans was her round 3 matchup as she bowed her out in the top 8.
See a lot of you guys sitting in the chat. Thanks for watching along with us and giving us some support on the nice and cold day for everywhere except for Florida. Just getting cozy, watching darts. Happy to be bringing you guys coverage of this and happy to have you guys all watching along with us.
Yeah, a reminder, a like and a comment will get you entered into our $25 gift certificate to A2ZDarts.com. That's all you got to do, folks, for some free giveaways. You got to love it. You got to love it. Lovely Jen Mount, speaking of her, because, we've been seeing so much of her on the reels and the shorts and stuff. Fun fact, she'll be in Las Vegas, so if you're attending that for the Las Vegas Open, you can come on by and say hello to her. If you're not going to be attending, you can watch the action live on USA Darts, our Facebook and our YouTube page, as well as StreamStack. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah, Las Vegas Open. Of course, last year was really fun to watch the coverage of, and honestly, I think this year's primed to be bigger than last. And of course, you guys put on a good show out there, so I know where I'll be tuned in. But of course, also this Saturday, we also have the PPD All-Star Trips that'll be going on over here as Brandon Kessler goes ahead and locks in a 9 mark there, and we get some sign action, some energy in Diggers again.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the All-Star Triples. Yeah, that is happening this weekend. So you have an opportunity to be streamed as well from our various streaming locations throughout the country. But just participate and you can win some great money as well as potentially lock yourself in for some bonus pool money down the road.
Yeah, of course. And of course, the commentators for that event will be our AI versions of Will and Sean. Brand new technology. Excited to see how that one pans out.
Boom. Yeah, I'm taking Sean with me. Sorry, bud.
It's okay.
Well, here we go. Olivia and Brandon have officially set themselves up for a leg on the board here.
Ricky, I am the guy that played at Q Club during bull shooters. That is correct. I like how that's the way to describe me. Did do a big Facebook post on that. Actually, my most liked individual non-show related Facebook post talking about my experience going to a little blind draw and having a more local experience than I've had in a long time outside of Florida. And it was truly a great experience hanging out with the Houstonians there. Kenny almost finds a 3 in the black there. Getting 5. 5 will do. That'll suffice. But there we go. OT. Olivia Terry gets one on the board for their team and might just start to switch the momentum in their favor, hopefully, as they will also get the start in this leg here.
Yeah, good stuff from Olivia and Brandon to go ahead and officially grab one. That's very important. I think they need to at least get one more here.
Yeah, they just want to try to get a little bit on the board. Unless you're Willie Walker, you don't want to be 6-1 down in it to the break. And that's a very important thing, is just trying to get that momentum, trying to feel a little bit comfortable. And honestly, that first one's the hardest one to get.
Meredith attacking those 20s after a 19 start from Olivia.
Personally, not a fan of going the 19 first open, no matter the comfort level, especially at the average of which these players can shoot at. I think you're just giving up free advantage. But in this case, wasn't really punished per se. So Brandon Kessler does what needs to get done.
Sorry to yell night to the old kiddo.
Oh, well, everyone in chat, can you type good night, Bryson?
Yep.
Please.
Yeah. He does the old ritual of yelling downstairs. 7 mark for Kenny. See what you got, Olivia. Back it up here. Close out those 17s potentially. Yeah, trip 17, single 17.
Kessler just fires right back. Does collect on the 18 third dart trip there. Needed that one as it does still put them 5 points down, but a necessary dart nonetheless, as it just forces that one extra dart from Kenny. Now 2 or 3 extra darts. Because again, that 17 just not clicking for him like normal.
Yeah, that's usually his go-to, isn't it? I mean, he's usually can hammer that 17. It seems like all day without missing. But Olivia, this is a big round for her. That's why she took her time there.
Not a bad marker for her, and she's going to take advantage of it. The last start gets away from her, and that's something that's normally not characteristic of her. She typically would keep all 3 in the general same region, but she's been having trouble with that 3rd dart in this match so far, and I wonder how much that's really costing her. If she can turn those into some singles or some near misses, how much that could be fortuitous for her.
Big trip 17 there.
How about another?
Extends out that lead, 86 points now. Forcing Brandon to hit. Oh, and you can see Bandon there. He went down to the 15s, and there's a reason for that. He felt like he was blocked. He knows Kenny's probably going to take this out here.
Kenny's only going to take one at it there. He had that first start go low on that wire, decided to take advantage of it, and guided right into the trip. But last start collects and pretty much does textbook on. And you're right, that was a smart switch from Brandon because it sets up Olivia to keep loading them up.
Wow. I thought she fit all 3.
Tony, it's that 3rd dart for her. Not quite the same level of connection as it typically does have. Did you get a chance to talk?
Hold on. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I did have a chance to talk with Olivia about how she's a very positive person, but also very ferocious with how competitive she is. And ask her how she manages to balance that when playing. She's like, honestly, it's the positive part never stops. The thing is sometimes I have a little bit too much fun when I throw that first dart, and it's that 2nd and 3rd where I really try to rein it in, dial it in, and lock it in.
There we go. Kenny can take that away.
Textbook from Doyle there. I mean, really, he's doing everything about to the standard you typically expect in a normal CSC match for him, as far as his consistency so far tonight, other than his shots on the 17 being very lackadaisical.
Which is kind of impressive because when you really think about I've said it before, the addition of two players in the mix can really mess with your rhythm.
Absolutely. It's not
Wow,
the same flow.
5-1 scoreline here.
Yeah, that's not expected. And I'm really curious to see Olivia and Brandon here. They really want to get at least this last leg before the break here on the board in their favor. They need to just stay focused, stay regrouped. I mean, the one thing that they're doing right now, the body language is right. They're focused, they're determined. There's not too much down shoulders, looking at the floor. And that's going to be something that they need to just continue to do, is just stay focused. Meredith's real frustrated though on this open. First start catches in an awkward corner and followed it with the second. So needs to collect and try to find a trip here. You don't want to leave Brandon an open board, which is the case here. Brandon finds that 19 with ease. See if you can get a little extra credit. Not quite on the assignment. So bare minimum there. Could have heard a little bit more, as that's equivocal to basically a 9 mark open. So Kenny here going to have to start from the 18s.
He's going to go down to 17's his favorite number, and he's going to pound him away. Needs another one. Oh, you see him. He abandoned it there because he knew. And even hitting the triple there, the upper hand advantage is still in Olivia's, and she took it right away.
Yeah, when you're hitting those first start trips, it gives you so much more options. Even if you're not collecting on 2 or 3, that first start is just so much more important for the confidence and also for affecting your opponents. And Brandon and Olivia, but their first start triples on both their last visits.
I will say consistency has been great for Meredith. I think Olivia has had some inconsistent rounds, but she's had some good ones, But she's just been a little bit more inconsistent, where Meredith's been able to dial it in, and you can see it here. I mean, another 5 mark here for her.
Yeah, and that's, again, a strange thing, right? Because Olivia Terry said, hey, it's a snow day. It means I have no school tomorrow. We're going to have some fun with it. And so, I just wonder why it's not clicking for her. It has to be somewhere in the mental realm, because it doesn't look like much is off with the form.
Kenny's going down to the 19s. Ooh, that could have been a big one. Yeah, looks like Ian Hansen's back there as well.
Yeah, Ian Hansen, of course, him and Paula own Super Darts US, so they're there and supporting both their players.
Love that.
And you can see Olivia Terry knows that last start, single 18 was needed, single 18 missed. Meredith gets saved and could potentially take the point lead and get the 19 shut down, depending on how this first start goes.
Just because it looks like Chrissy is listening in. Boom goes the dynamite, Chrissy. You're welcome. Love you. Not like a lot of it because I did that to you, but at the same time, you're welcome. I hope you can chuckle as she is right now.
Yeah, yep, she's chuckling. She knows she's been found. And of course, in the background, they're also saying "Sit next to Ian." That's Mark Hale, so that's Meredith's not so better half.
You said it.
The silver bar collector himself.
Wow, with this leg, Kenny's going to work here. Oh, a handy 6 mark gives them the upper hand still, but Olivia could potentially take this away if she can 6 mark the 15s here. Yeah, she shouldn't go. I was about to say, if she could 6 mark there, she could potentially take a look and put a pressure on Meredith, but Meredith could just 3 fat and be good. Meredith's not the kind of person that's going to really experience that kind of pressure of 3 fats. You never know how a player will react to that, but the problem is that you're giving that to them, So I don't blame her for staying right there because Meredith is going to do this right here. She's going to triple. She'll think about taking the look here to the 15s. She'll probably.
I want to get away
she
from
go
that,
back
though.
up.
I would.
I think she go back up.
I would absolutely go back up
here
every time. And yeah, Meredith, again, veteran of the sport, right? I mean, 34 years on the books, and so therefore she's not going to waver at most opportunities where she does have to hit 3 big singles there. In that case, they're honestly playing a little bit more conservative because they know they're up. They don't have to take many risks right now.
Oh, that's one of those ones that you just kind of have to put out of your mind quickly, but it's going to be tough to, especially with Kenny going to close these out. Pretty much potentially put them at 6-1. He could do it right here.
Oh, and he wanted to. He was going to give us the Kenny shuffle if he hit it.
Oh, get out of here. That guy don't shuffle.
You would be surprised. There's some off-camera Kenny shuffles that happen, all right? It's no Leonard Gates boogie down, but
you can see Olivia taking this big step back there. You need an extra dart there, Olivia, really, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is an unfortunate makeup so far for Olivia Brandon's run right now, but very fortunate if you're Meredith and Kenny, as they are 2 bulls away from a Willie Walker disadvantage or Mike Maloney advantage into the break.
Well, here we go. It's just that. 6-1 is the lead for Meredith and Kenny, who have really hammered the pressure away here in this one. Folks, you do not want to miss these interviews. You can trust me on this. They're good. Enjoy these. We'll be right back with the continuation, the end of our match here. Top 6 of the WCS, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts.
Oh, hello. I'm Meradith McGee. I'm going to be playing at Trick Shots Metro West for C&M Darts in Orlando, Florida. I've been studying the manual on how to beat Olivia by Chrissy Grimmel. So it's thick. So working on that.
Well, the understudy makes an appearance, the self-proclaimed, as we have Meradith McGee here with us. Excited to have you on our last second switch up in the WCS, and apparently you've been studying and you're ready for the action. Where did you start playing darts? What got you into it? How long have you been playing the sport?
I've been playing for 34 years. I started in college at the University of Florida. I had played in people's apartments and dorms and things like that. And then once I was of age, because I didn't have a fake ID, I was that girl who'd never played before, who made a blind draw the numbers even, and I was pretty bad. But I had a really nice partner, and he encouraged me to keep going, and so I tried again and again and again. Kept going.
Who are you playing with, and why are you playing with them?
I'm playing with Kenny Doyle, and I've been playing with Kenny for about 30 years. Back when he had black curly hair and his black mustache. We've been just playing forever. It's just like I don't know. He supports me and encourages me, expects more out of me than sometimes I think that I can do, and he's just always looked out for my best interest and really, tried to help me all the time.
And then tonight, I mean, we got a preview of the game plan that we saw. What is gonna be that game plan, though, to come out on top against Olivia Terry and her partner?
Hit what you're aiming at. That's really all the game plan is hit more than they do, miss less.
Anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
Well, thank you to Ian Hansen and Super Darts for believing me and supporting me. My husband told me that I have to thank him for his unbridled support. And especially thank you to Kenny for taking the time to do this, and to everyone who supports me, all my good friends and family. I mean, darts is such a wonderful, wonderful sport. For 34 years I've been doing this, and it's just, just wonderful people I've met over the years, and I'm so happy to know each and every one of them. So thank you.
Well, Meredith, we're excited to have you on our show. We're excited to see the antics you have for the stream, as you had plenty so far. And of course, it's going to be a great time. And all we can do is wish you the best of luck in tonight's match.
I'm Meradith McGee, and you're watching the WCS.
Hey folks, Jen with A2ZDarts.com, wishing you a happy new year, and a quick announcement. We'll be introducing several new video series this year. We've always done product reviews and how-to instructions on caring for the equipment that you buy from A to Z. However, now we're dedicating company time to get people into the sport of darts with a new instructional series, including how to practice darts, a form and mechanics series to learn the fundamentals of throwing, the differences between soft tip and steel tip darts, worldwide differences regarding the darts industry, and maybe the occasional clapback video when the Europeans get naughty in the comments section. Keep in mind, there is no underlying method or meaning to the order of which we cover these topics, but rest assured our goal is to literally cover every darts related topic someday. So it's important that if you want to learn in a structured way, just make sure to take advantage of the playlists found on our Facebook or YouTube. You're never going to get the full picture with our TikTok and Instagram, all right? Anyway, it won't just be me. I'll be citing many articles provided by the incredible Dax Munna that you can find on our blog, and you'll see some different faces in our videos, like live streaming sensation Will Stewart. Just know it takes a village. I don't want to see you guys complaining about Bring the Girl Back every video that features one of my coworkers, okay? You've had your fun, now be respectful, or I'm bringing the riding crop back out.
My name is Olivia Terry. I'm playing out of Diggers again, and I play for 419 Darts.
Well, Christmas is coming early or a little late, depending on who you ask, because we got Rudolph, Olivia Terry, joining us in the booth here. I was excited to see your second appearance on our WCS live stream. Now, we're going to go right to it. You had a tough match against Chrissy Grimel's team, round 3. Can you talk us through what happened there? Give us the long story short. What happened?
Me and Brandon, we had a game plan. We had the mindset, but Chrissy Grimel is the best in the country. She makes you better. And after that match, I think I have not stopped throwing darts because she pushes you to be the best. And, I just actually played her in the Booyah Cup, and she's still pushing me to be the best because she beat me 3-0. But playing against her is an honor. It was a fun match, but, they just had a little bit more power with that one guy she had on her team.
And speaking of the guys, you've been playing with Brandon Kessler this season. You guys seem to be working well together. Are you playing with him again? And if so, why do you think you guys work so well together?
Yes, I am playing with BK again. He's kind of the quiet soul, and I'm the loud, screaming, big mouth person on the team. He keeps me calm. He keeps me level-headed, sorry. We'll scratch that out. He keeps me level. He just keeps me level. And he trusts me, and I trust him, and we just bond.
You got Meradith McGee. What's going to be your game plan in this one?
Meredith, she is my super sister, my super darts family member, and she's a phenomenal player. She's been playing darts for a very long time, but not even her darts. She's just a great person. She actually gave me some good advice this past weekend that I needed, and I appreciate her for that, and I'm going to take that for as long as I can while I play darts. But, playing against her, it's going to be tough. I really can't miss too many rounds on her because she will make you pay. That's how good she is. But I'm excited. I'm excited to also learn from her. But it's going to be a fun, good match, and we've been talking all day because I know it's 75 degrees there and it's negative 15 here, hence the onesie.
And is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody else watching along?
Over the past couple of months, years, I just want to thank everybody for reaching out, sending texts, phone calls, just all the positive vibes out there. I love every one of you. I know I'm really bad at messaging everybody back, but I do read them, but I do want to say thank you, and it's much love to all my coworkers and friends and family. I appreciate you guys. To 419 Darts, Steve Z, he's the one that really got the cameras at the dart hall, so I appreciate you. But I'm excited. It's going to be a good turnout tonight. Hopefully we can get a W.
Well, we're excited to see OT Olivia Terry joining us once again in what is honestly another great matchup that we're excited to see here. And Olivia, we can wish you nothing but the best of luck in your match.
I'm Olivia Terry, and you're watching the WCS.
And how great were those interviews, folks? Those were lovely, weren't they? Meet Olivia Terry and, of course, Meradith McGee with some good ones. Those are some good ones. Those will live down in the history books for interviews. As we're back better than ever for the action here. Meradith McGee and Kenny Doyle taking on Olivia Terry and Brandon Kessler. So far, this is a little one-sided, but I think that Olivia and Brandon, if they can rattle off a few legs right at the start, this could be a different ball game. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's all about taking advantage of that break, spending your time wisely, and getting dialed back in. Just because it was a rough start doesn't mean they don't have the game to not only start winning legs, but to come back and make this a chalk or match where they could even win. It's just simply about clicking at the right time and finding that momentum that they desperately need right now.
Yeah, they definitely do. And hey, you know what? Before we go, I love you too, Meredith. Thank you. I needed that. But then again, you got a lot of work to do if you're going to live up to what Olivia Terry always comes up to me and says every time I see her. And I'll keep that between me and you, Olivia. Wink, wink. No, I'm just kidding. They're both big personalities, and we love this. I mean, in all honesty, we had the personality battle, as we called it, right off the opener with Alyssa and Olivia. But we could call this the personality battle number 2 because, yeah, Meredith is serious at the line, but she has some fun as well. She can be just a bundle of fun,
a little bit of a
right?
goof. I mean, let's also just make it clear. There was an hour between when they found out they were going to be on the stream to when that interview was filmed because of the chaos of today. She had all those bits and props ready within that hour. She spent the whole hour just trying to do that and preparing for that, apparently.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Way to bring out the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, looking back at the match here, excited to see how things get going as Kenny has not missed a beat, it seems. Starting off with a 7 there, but everyone on the board hitting a couple marks to get things going. Olivia trying to find some love on the 20s and collects on the last, but you got to think not enough to take the momentum away from Murph at the moment.
Meredith back into the Trip 19 bed.
You can see Brandon on the other end finding the 20 bed, and that 4 mark for Meredith, well, decent round. Brandon just does what he needs to do there, and you can see this is starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, here we go with Olivia. She can possibly get him back out in front. She did. Big darts there for her. Big 5. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Can Meredith potentially make this entry? A first dart, Trip 19. She could take a look with her second or third dart. I could potentially see it with a third. She may leave it to Kenny. I don't know. We'll see.
I think she's going to leave it to Kenny unless she feels blocked on that dart. That would be the only reason she moves. Chrissy's calling for the move.
She's taking it.
She is taking it. She is taking it. You saw that in the back.
I think you take the move. Whenever your opponent has the upper hand, you have to take the shot no matter who it is you're playing with, no matter who you are. You have to at least take the look. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it cost me this weekend not taking that look. So it's just you got to do it. You got to
No,
do it,
I
especially
totally
starting off 2 trip 19s.
I totally agree. I do think that the difference maker too is, I guess I've watched a lot of Kenny and Meredith play together over the years. It's a very common pairing. I've seen them at plenty of tournaments together, especially in mixed events. And so sometimes she finds herself in that support role, but tonight it's about the ladies, and she just needs to dictate her direction because, again, she's been doing quality work on the board. So does Olivia Terry, getting a 9 mark on the board.
You can see that little kind of replay, as we call it there. Good stuff. She puts our 4th one on the board. 2 from Meredith, 1 from Brandon, 1 from Olivia. That's right, folks. Kenny has not hit a 9 mark. Insane, even though he has 17 for this session.
Yeah, both Meredith and Olivia have been playing with the same partner week in, week out. Now, most of the girls have done that. Some have changed out here and there, but I think it's honestly been fortuitous for all of them.
Yeah, we do apologize once again for the slight delay. We're having some issues with the internet currently over there in Ohio, but then again, I mean, Florida is the only state that's not suffering from any internet issues or any weather issues in general. Let's just put it that way. So, whatever.
Yeah. And again, the internet, and unfortunately bad internet happens, and normally we have a little bit more time to get things fixed, but again, these girls were quick to step up to the plate when we needed to switch things around here to get the stream going, and we're just happy to get a feed at all over there in Ohio.
Look at this here. We're on the 18s, 17s, and potentially a moment here. We'll see how Meredith can react to this one.
It's a bit of an awkward first start for her. She's not happy with where it's sitting. Apparently not that unhappy with where it's sitting.
No, she's got to stay there. And she does end up with a triple, puts him up by 11 points. But is that going to be enough? I think Brandon hits 4 here. He's going to take a look. Just because Kenny's been so dang dominant on the 17s. Take the look. Told you, bro. You got to take that look there.
You certainly do.
Especially with how Kenny's been hitting them.
Yeah, it forces the hand here, makes the game move along, and it's some necessary risks need to be taken to try to close this gap here. You can't give up another leg. You can't have another break. You have to let it start going in your way. So good work there from Kessler, and Olivia Terry's just trying to back it up, give some support shots here in the 18, and does collect one more.
Good 5. This will force McGee to hit 6 here, at least, to put herself out front. I mean, 5 would do it, but 6 is always better.
Yeah, I was trying to get it done in 2 and not shooting the double there.
Yeah, that's difficult darts there. As Brandon will step up here. All eyes, 16s, close them out onto the 15s here. Get yourself another leg on the board and move along. Try to get you 2 in a row. So you took the double chance with the second dart. Love that.
Yeah, it's coming more and more common every single day. I mean, you see it on every single stream across multiple different circuits now. The double phenomenon in cricket. You look at a couple years ago and it was an oddity, and now it seems like a commonality.
I've been a firm believer in it. The reality is that it's too easy for you to transition to that double because you should be practicing it for your 501 game. So
that's a presuming people practice 501. This is America, Will. This is not the women's challenger cricket, not cricket 01 series. This is the only cricket series.
I'm a firm believer. If you can hit your doubles, you're gonna feel confident hitting any number, but that's just me.
I don't think there's actually anything wrong with that. Some commentators do have a problem with it. Some don't. I think, honestly, I prefer, especially, again, with your common 501 doubles, the 20, the 18, the 16 are the ones I definitely don't. The 19s and 17s I sometimes get a little surprised by when people shoot them so liberally. But anyways, it's a moot point now. Brandon Kessler takes a double bull there to finish this one and get it their second leg on the board and first one off the break.
And you see Olivia's fired up. She's ready. She wants to put another one on here and make this potentially interesting.
It's just the subtlest change that can make the biggest difference here for this team. That's all it comes down to is Olivia Terry toes the line here to get things going. Do you like how she takes her time with getting herself composed there? There's no rush. There's no immediate hurry. And she's able to hit a big open there as well.
That was a great start. Meredith taking her time here, just kind of getting situated. That's when she plays her best. Trying to answer. Unfortunately, she won't answer exactly, but 4 mark is okay. It's going to be up to Brandon. Does he? I go ahead and just close him out here.
Yeah, I think going right at him is correct. And that was a big misstep on that second dart, though. Letting go a little haywire and catch into the 7 there.
You see, he recovered there with a big trip 20 with his last. And he can use that. And use it he does. A nice 7 for him.
Good answers there. Opportunity, though, for Olivia to kind of answer back. I wonder if she does take the look at those 19s. I think with that first dart triple, there's a big argument. She does do it and hits the double as well. And back up to the 20s there. 8 mark for OT. Put it in overtime. Kaylee Beard says, the only thing I dislike about the doubles is when you miss outside on the soft tip board, you get that defeating doink sound. And honestly, that might be as big of a reason as any is not to shoot the doubles. That sound hurts the soul sometimes.
Ooh, she dropped her dart there, so she's got to recover here. She didn't have that old Chrissy Grimmel 4th dart. I'm sure that's what Chrissy just told her. Ha 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 ha, Chrissy. Ha ha.
Does still get the single there for the closes. Chrissy's pointed at you back there.
I knew we'd be there long enough to see her reaction, so why not have some fun with it? That's good. As Kessler quickly throws, and unfortunately doesn't come up with a significant valued number, but he's got that lead by a good margin. Should be okay.
Yeah, more than okay. Kenny just going for the cover shot in the last start there. Kind of putting his hand up wondering, maybe I should have just thrown those the whole time with how much he's been collecting those 17s. He went from his mischaracteristic struggles in that first couple legs to find those 17s like they're bread and butter for him.
Interesting comment. The Ryan George says, hashtag there's no doubles in cricket. So I'm going to return the favor with hashtag there's still doubles on the board. So yes, there is. There you go.
I like Dan Jones' response. Double bowl? Or the 50. It depends if you've been watching Jen Mounts' vernacular video, the infamous one at that.
Oh yeah. She's getting a little crazy with her videos. Let me tell you what. She's putting the request on for me as well, and I'm not having any bit of it, folks. I'm not having any bit of it.
Oh, come on. Let's take a little more lag. Hold on. Come on.
But wait. While we're speaking of A to Z darts, don't forget January's Dart of the Month is a Gerwin Price Midnight Edition darts by Red Dragon. Purchase today and receive a free Iceman jersey with all Gerwin Price Midnight Edition darts. While you're at it, shop the Target December 2023 drop for all new colors of the popular K-Flex and more. That includes the green, blue, and red edition, folks. So grab yourself a set from A to Z right now. Once again, their raffle brought to you by A to Z Darts. $25 gift card for you. Like and comment to be entered.
You guys need to like and comment right now.
Do it.
That's actually
Do it
a
now.
rule.
Do it now.
If not, I'm turning off the internet trick shots as well.
Don't say that. They'll freak out on us. Well, Meredith is not going to have a look to potentially make this interesting as Olivia and Brandon. Potential here to put another one on the board. 2 in a row.
Might just be that subtle shift that they've been asking for.
See, here's the thing. Is he's gunning for that triple. You just got to go fat there, and you can get away with a lot.
Certainly can. I mean, you want to go right the heart at it, but all three not collecting does start to give that opportunity back. And last thing you want is for Kenny Doyle to have the shot go in his favor. I mean, if he hit trip there, it would have been a nightmare scenario. Still can get pretty ugly
still
here.
Could be. Yeah, it still could be. He could hit a 9 here or take the shot at the 20s. I don't mind that. I was just about to say, I was thinking of that. I was like, is he going to take the shot here? Now it gets interesting because they have that house advantage. And look at this. Okay. Now it goes back to Meredith. Can she hit 4 bowls?
Partner left it for you, and she has honestly been pretty clinical on her bowls so far. Collects on the first. Plenty of room, too, at the bounce out. And the second double for the steal.
Every one of her darts fell out of that board. Every one of her darts fell out of the board, and it is making her go insane. You can see it. She's going nuts there. But Brandon manages to put this away in what was a little bit scary there for a little bit for Brandon and Terry. But you can see Olivia's doing a little shuffle back there. She's having a ball. She's enjoying herself because they are one step closer to trying to tie this bad boy up. Tough task still.
This is the last of the quote unquote easy legs with that player advantage rule, right? Winning here, again, you have that throw. You're expected to do pretty strong in it, right? Get this win right now, and then all of a sudden things can get a little harder on the next one. You do have to go against the throw twice there if they want to continue to win and even out. With a 5-mark start, they're looking primed to get this step of the process done, and kind of been the tale of 2 breaks. I made a comment saying, I wonder if they're just hoping for that break to come sooner rather than later. And guess what? The break came, and things are starting to shift in their direction.
Yeah, they are. It seems like the hot streak that was Kenny and Meredith has kind of been cooled off a little bit. As just 2 singles there for Meredith.
Kessler gets done what he needs to get done there, getting that 19 shut down. And this is a familiar open. We've seen a couple different times now where this 2-house open has gone in Team Terry's way.
That's a good 7 from Kenny. And they have the 2-house advantage on the 18 and 17s, but granted, same thing can be said for Olivia and Brandon, as they're just going to go ahead and pad up the numbers. I don't mind that play because you're just playing the smart advantage of more points than the other opponent.
Nothing wrong with it, and
it forces Meredith to hit a 7. Sorry, to block you off there, my man.
Oh, you're absolutely okay. Block away. Sometimes you need to just say, hey, Nick, you don't know how to dye your hair, so you shouldn't talk so much.
What?
It's been rough this year with my graying, bluing hair.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Oh, pal.
You could just ask me. I'm a professional at dyeing hair, so I could professionally give you a hair do, you know.
If you
whatever.
guys want to see Will Stewart do my hair on the next USA Darts live stream, let us know in the chat.
Special stream just for it. Incoming ponytail for you, sir. As 7 mark for Kenny Doyle. Still behind. It's just who's going to take this first shot at the 18s and 17s here, or the 19s and 20s? Because really, when you think about it, Meredith and Kenny have the 2 marks already on the 19s. Yeah, and I think you got to eventually take your shot, Olivia, and that's what she does. Took it with the first dart, right back down for 6 marks on the 19s to pad some more.
And Meredith, they're just kind of analyzing the data a little bit. Gonna have to get dialed in and just keep pointing away.
Well, with each, even each round thrown, or each, I guess I should say, with each dart that's thrown, or with each leg that they lose, they're feeling a little more uneasy, man. A little bit more uneasy right now, as they only can capitalize. And once again, just 4 on the board for her. And that 4, unfortunately, feels like just nowhere close to enough, especially when Olivia and Brandon are in the position they're in right now. Yeah, 409. Wow.
Yeah, they're really just laying in heavy on the points. And every time they're taking the step at 18-17, just not quite clicking. And Kenny knows this is a turn to dig deep on. One more of those.
It's not really a bad strategy from Brandon and Olivia to hammer down on the points. I mean, they need every leg they can right now, but it's also been that Kenny and Meredith kind of hit a brick wall and been able to hit much. Yeah, they've had their good rounds, but it hasn't been as consecutive.
Do you see that from Terry? She gave us the I hit 2 doubles in there close. She had the double and then threw up the 2 for us. So great shot there. But yeah, you're right. Right now, I mean, Meredith and Kenny, they're starting to have that feeling of things are slipping, and you have to just shake it off, walk it off, and play on through.
And I'm not trying to be. That's why I'm not trying to be the person that said it. But at the same time, I need to. Kenny's been doing his effort, but Meredith has been kind of slacking just a little bit. So, I mean, Kenny, what is he currently sitting at a 6.67 right now? So, I mean, that's hefty, but it takes 2 right now. Takes 2. It doesn't take one person usually doesn't win a leg.
And that
look at that.
Wow. Amazing shot there. Kessler hitting a big one, piling it on. So Kenny here just gonna have to load up the bulls and hope for a couple mistakes in a row. There is again Olivia and Brandon just coming to life.
In 3 for 3 legs on the spin.
Not quite yet. So Meredith, right now, if I was her, this is my turn. I still probably shoot the bulls, but mentally, I'm just rechecked. I'm thinking this is a new game. This is a new round. I'm just trying to get set because I'm going to get the start in this next leg here. And that's when it really starts to matter again. We're within 2 legs. Brandon Kessler gets that one. 514-412. Combined 9 versus the combined 8. And you can see the average slip start to happen a little bit. Meredith here will get the start. And the first time in a little bit here. So this is a very important leg for them to try to capitalize on.
Yeah, I think they need to snag this leg right here. They don't want to give another one because then Olivia and Brandon are going to feel real fine just being a leg behind after being down there for a while. So we'll head on over to trick shots.
Kenny kind of waves it over in the background there. He said, come on, get on in there. There y'all go.
There it is. There it is. Good recovery from the first two. Yeah, things are looking detrimental there early. Those first two misses.
I mean, if you're Murph, right? You're sitting there and you're not thinking that Olivia and Brandon were going to struggle forever, or even as long as they did struggle in that first half. But the timing of them getting rid of the struggles and Meradith honestly kind of struggling a little bit here, and Kenny with his timing just being a little bit different. You have to imagine like this is just one of those weird momentum moments as Kenny says, I don't care what you're saying, Nick. I'm going to go up here and hit a 7 mark.
Look at them. They get the 3 house advantage. But Brandon trying to make it interesting. A 9 would be interesting, and that is exactly what it hits. His 3rd of the evening, folks, and our 7th of the evening overall. Still interesting that Kenny hasn't had his.
Yeah, and that's like the Kenny signature, right? Like, I feel like those big timing on the night marks is what we've seen it from time and time again in the CSC. And instead, we've seen a lot more 7s than we typically see out of him.
It looks like I missed one there, so I only got 6, so I may have missed one from him. But then again, I think you would have known if he would have hit one. So
yeah, I don't believe he has.
Which is interesting because he's got 17 for the session overall, which is just crazy. But here we go. See what he can do. This may be the time for one. We may have spoken into existence. Here we go. Yes, sir.
Let's just go ahead and get one for tonight. Boom goes the dynamite. Can we get 2? Oh, catching just low on that last dart there for Kessler. Starting to ramp up here. Meradith down in points, needs to take advantage of the 3-house advantage. With the 3 houses, you do get to take earlier shots at closes at pretty much any point you really want to, but of course, with her, she knows just getting the more points on here, just keeping them in a more safe, grounded position is important, but struggling to connect. Ali in chat saying, very entertaining darts tonight. The weather gods knew this one needed to be streamed.
Hey, we're just happy we got something after an unfortunate situation that happened, but things happen. You can't blame us. At least we got just something on the old stream this evening. Well, and look at Kenny go. Look at Kenny go right now, dude. He's just said, "You guys want to see some 9s? Here you go."
As his famous interview quote to me in the past, those boys do like saying boom. Of course, the best part about the match switch, and you'll see Chrissy's not here, is Chrissy and Cheyenne both don't like the interviews nearly as much as these girls clearly do. So that was the biggest sigh of relief, is 1 week off of having to deal with the interview process.
I think it's funny as we're going through Chrissy as she's telling Kenny what we're saying too. It's just kind of funny. I can imagine Kenny. Well, I told him I would. Which is funny because he doesn't have that much twang in his voice, folks. But I like to think he does.
Though. Even if it's not audible, his personality does.
Got it. And look at this. He's going to put this one away to make this 7-4. No, he doesn't. He misses outside. I still think they're in an okay situation. I don't think this is out of hands for them, but at the same time, I figured he'd collect that one.
Yeah, Brandon Kessler does load in a 5 mark there with 4 bowls, but this case here, I mean, Meredith going to pop in at this bowl here, set it up to a 7-4 difference, but the gap has closed significantly, and it's still anybody's game.
Cheyenne Richards in here saying about her interview, and Nick said, "Are you ready?" And I literally replied, "Do I have to?" As Meredith McGee wins the leg to make this 7-4. In regards to that, Cheyenne, if you're looking for your queen seat interview, here's what I can do for you. I do have a blonde wig from TOC. I potentially could step in for you and do your interview. That could be a funny one.
Oh boy. We don't need more Taylor Swift, Travis
Oh
Kelsey.
gosh, you're right.
I'm gonna be honest.
That'd be atrocious.
I'm gonna be honest. That was a lot to handle.
The
best-
you can have it. Oh gosh.
The absolute best part of the Taylor Swift was when we went up to the police officer on duty at TOC. Hey, can you can you do a celebrity escort for us? Yeah, who is it? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey? Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh gosh. There we go. Gonna throw it right back at him here. Not even looking up. Not even looking up or hesitating to look up. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I figured surely he'd take a chance.
I think in singles he does, but I think in this situation with how the match has been going, and also Kenny is known for his comfort on the bottom of the board. We talk about 17s. Well, the 19s are like the 17s, but to the left is what I've always said. So he has some comfort down there. Is going to take advantage of stuff like that, and I think that was the right situation. As now Meredith approaches with the point lead.
What a great point you just made there. What a great point you just made on the 19s. I never would have even thought about that. Goodness gracious.
Well, that was the most John Madden quote out of me in a while.
That was brutal, bud.
There's a reason why we have Sean normally do this. Except for this.
You are correct.
Except for the WCS. Honestly, we've had a couple of guests fill in as Sean's been traveling and quote unquote getting sick. We all know he's probably back in England hanging out and watching darts.
And Kessler trying to do his part. Good back and forth battle in the 20s and 19s here. Really good. And yeah, it was just a matter of time as he gives us a what? What was that? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. What happened?
We got a fist bump from Santa. That guy never shows emotion at all, and he just showed a little bit for us there. That's the most you'll ever see from Kenny Doyle.
Well, again, it's that doubles difference. You want to win for your partner's behalf. When it's just him in there, he's doing work. He doesn't need to celebrate, do nothing. He's going to walk up, do the Kenny shuffle, hit the darts. But when he's playing with the partner, there's a little bit more there. He wants to get it for Murph and vice versa.
I wonder if he gave it the ho 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 as he gave it.
Do you think in the background there you have like someone with sleigh bells just ringing them whenever it hits?
Oh my. Oh, all right. That's enough of that. All righty.
Steven in chat saying he missed one trip and 24 darts. Yeah, he's been on a hot tear here. I was wondering how many it was, and yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, Kenny's firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, he's definitely caught. I mean, look at the average. The average speaks for itself here. And then Steven, you commentator cursed him. Way to go, bud. We're gonna blame that one on you.
Barely commentator cursed him. Look at that. It's insane.
So grab a house if you're Olivia. She does so with the 17s, but she feels like that's not going to be enough, and I would agree. Not going to be enough, unfortunately, as Meredith can just go right at this number. That would be my intentions. Okay. Pat him up a little bit. Now take your shot. That's okay. I mean, it's no harm, no foul. It's just guaranteeing that you're trying to put this away as quick as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Meredith and Kenny, I think, had a little bit of a scare there with that leg run Olivia and Brandon had. I don't think they're in the mood to take too many risks right now. And that's exactly why they shot it in that order. I don't have really any issues in this situation.
Yeah, and leaving it to Kenny to go ahead and close out the 16s too.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow, this is Kenny breaking down Boogie Doyle in full force.
As Chrissy Grimble raises the roof back there.
You gotta love a fellow WCS competitor giving some support though. Her league match is finished probably right around, if not before this had started, and to stay there, hang out, and show the love and support for her longtime friend, longtime partner. I mean, you do have to respect the woman's sportsmanship here.
Well, what is funny is when they half the time when they come back around and meet each other, it's like a deadly battle. You can't tell if they like each other or hate each other once they step to the throw line.
But then they love each other when you see the trophy picture from the CSI from this last TOC.
Yeah, exactly. That was some good ones there. Except they missed one thing. Me. That's quite all right. They potentially have time here. We'll see what Brandon does. He's going to have to really pound at the Bulls and hope for a couple doubles. Even that wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah, good shot there from Kessler. Caitlin Myers in the chat. Meredith is reading Chris Grimble's rule book of darts. Of course she's pointing.
Doesn't surprise me at all. Look at that, folks. An 8-4 advantage. Once again, they have that 4-leg lead.
Yeah, a 4-leg lead on match point here. And I think Olivia and Brandon are playing significantly better than they were before the break. But they're in the unfortunate moment of, is it too little too late? Of course, if you're them, you're going to say, we don't care. It's not over. And that's going to be the X factor for them. They just need to keep dialed in, keep focused, and hope for an opening like they had at the start of the second half here.
Yeah, just got to keep chugging. Great start from Olivia.
Do want to also do a brief mention as we haven't really touched on. I'm kind of surprised it didn't come up yet, but big congrats to Danny Lobby and Jules Van Doggen for their success in Q school there.
I'm glad you mentioned it, man, because it's been a couple days now. It just went out of my mind. Yeah, Jules retaining his tour card, and it does count for a new tour card. So here's the fun thing. If he wants to play in those CDC events now, he can do that. But guaranteed for the next 2 years that Danny Lobby, well, I can't say guaranteed for the next 2. I can say guaranteed this year it'll be Danny Lobby and Jules Van Dongen for the World Cup team as Kenny lays in a 9. So interesting to see how that dynamic duo works together for that one. But yeah, congrats to them. I know that's been his lifelong dream. I mean, following his father's footsteps, who played the World Championships. He's done that. I believe they did have that tour card system when he was playing senior, at least. So yeah, following the likes of his father. Come on now, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it has been a dream. He's put in the work. I mean, living overseas as well. And you see it pay off for Lobby with his work and stuff that he's done on the Moda Super Series. I mean, you kind of expected his time was due. And Jules, with the second year of his tour card, you knew for a fact, all right, he's going to lay in some damage here, even though he didn't expect that he was going to do as well as he did.
Exactly. Well, here, back to the action. Kessler doing some damage as he lays in another 9. I love that the chat is going a little bit crazy right now, and Maloney being Maloney, he's just, trusting the process, as he says, and I think it's right. I mean, folks, this is the first time we tried something like this. We haven't really catered anything to the ladies necessarily, other than the women's CSI and all that. But from from this perspective, from the remote perspective. So this is nice that we tried this effort and we learned some things, and we're going to maneuver the way we do things for the next ones. But this is something that's been fun. The viewership definitely ranks as up there as it's a valuable thing that we're doing, and we're getting to know some of these ladies that maybe you don't know or haven't heard of. And it's nice to see him doing well. Of course, we do have those people that you're gonna know, the Chrissy Grimble, the Meredith McGee, the Cheyenne Richards and whatnot. But you're getting those newcomers to the stream and
Alyssa
involved in
Evans,
this thing. Yeah,
Lorraine
exactly.
Mosley, names of that
Exactly.
such.
And Stacy as well. I mean, yeah, exactly.
It's also, and just to reiterate, guys, I mean, this is we talked about it for a long time since we all started working with PBD, but having that off season filled, making sure you guys don't have these 3-month breaks, it's about just bringing entertainment to you guys. Sure, do we get branding wrong? Do we sometimes get some rules wrong? That happens, but you know what? We're experimenting. We're trying to grow and change and bring you guys exciting, fun content. And I will tell you, for every 1 or 2 comments that has a negative opinion on an event like this, there's 100 more that have a positive one. And honestly, I can say for a fact, after looking at the numbers, we are surprised and happy with all the outpour and support and the numbers for the show.
Yes, exactly. And he gives him the 1-point advantage, but I'm pretty sure that Brandon's going to come out here. Or sorry, Olivia's going to come out here and close these out, take the advantage away. She may have to stay there now. No, she elected to take the shot.
Big moment here.
Okay, yeah, this is a big moment. And you look at Kenny, Kenny's kind of deciding, hey, this is how I would attack it. You choose how you want to.
If she gets that first start trip, she goes.
Yes, if she hits that first start trip, I go 16 first just to get rid of it. But it's no longer a factor. She'll stay there. May take the one shot at the 16, may not.
She decides to kick it through the goalpost there. I mean,
and I think that's the right call. That's the right call.
I agree. Unless you felt like you couldn't get a good angle on that 15, but neither of the starts looked like they were particularly blocking. Brandon Kessler still has a massive advantage in this shot here, but if Kenny gets a similar shot to what she had, it could be the big difference, and that's exactly what the case is. It's a slightly easier version of the shot as well.
You got to remember, you got the 4-leg advantage, so if you end up losing this leg, it's not going to kill you, but one potential shot could break it up. But here we go. Kenny's going to take a shot, and look at this.
Wow.
He takes it.
And that's the Kenny Doyle timing that we're used to seeing. That's massive there. Olivia Terry going to need to drill in the bulls. Does find the 15s first. Not out of the leg yet. Fighting along still. Great shot there from OT.
But here we go. This could be it. Meredith McGee looking for the win to advance into the 4th place match. Just outside. Going to have to go double, single now. And it's not going to happen. So this will revert back.
Yeah, not collecting at all.
They just need 3 right here, don't they?
Yeah, that's correct there. Oh, that's a tough block.
Oh,
gets the double. Doesn't get the single.
Oh, no.
No, not like this. Oh, Kessler knows. He hits that shot 9 out of 10 times. Heartbreaking miss. Kenny Doyle, can he punish it? Needs 3.
I think this is very well could be said and done. And it is. What a momentum shift. Meredith McGee and Kenny Doyle advance. Wow.
Yeah, and you can still see OT and BK there waving to the camera, giving some respect. They know tonight they just didn't quite have their A game, and they went against a team that was firing on all cylinders for the most part, especially Kenny Doyle.
Well, you can tell right there, Kenny and Meredith did not want to win like that. And you know that Olivia and Brandon don't want to lose like that. And Brandon, unfortunately, is going to feel like he let Olivia down off of one dart the whole night. And that's the thing that's unfortunate about this situation. But in the end, someone's got to win. Someone's got to lose. someone has to advance, someone dips out, and that's going to be Meradith McGee this evening, as she will advance into the 4th place match, where she will potentially take on either Lisa Yee or Abby Spot. We'll have to wait and see who that player will be, as we're not sure yet how that match is played out or when it's going to be played out.
It's playing tonight.
Okay, it is playing tonight for sure. Okay, so we'll wait to see if that one has finished up yet or not. But once we find out that one, I think we're going to go to the Queen Seat match and try to get that streamed whenever we can, and then go back to the 4th place before going to the 3rd. So that'll be probably our plan of attack here, folks, for the rest of our WCS before, well, the CSC gets back underway.
Yeah, it's not going to be a long break between the end of the WCS and the start of the CSC. Yeah. And I am super excited at the potential idea of what the theme could be. I mean, we have a tall task to follow the gaming theme. You know, it's going to be an interesting spectacle. You know, there's going to be some politics, some discussions on it to see really what the theme lands on.
Yeah, and don't anticipate, I'll just tell you now, don't anticipate those brackets being released on CompuSport, folks. We're going to come back. We're going to do your selection show. We're going to announce the brackets live here for you folks to see and view for the first time. We're going to build up that anticipation for our next CSC. But, hey, next up for us, we're going to take we're going to be back next week. I can't say we're going to take a break. I'll be going to Vegas. Nick will be streaming this weekend on the All-Star Triples here on Partners Promoting Darts. So I'm sure you can enjoy that coverage. And I think Eagle Eye Sports as well will be covering it. So definitely don't want to miss out on that one. And provide an extra tablet or a device and watch us the Las Vegas Open, a little bit of steel tip as well. Yeah.
Hey, there's plenty of action to watch. There's plenty of darts happening. You guys don't want to miss it. It's been this new year's been incredible darts, incredible things happening, and we're happy to be bringing it right to you. And what was already a great match tonight, unfortunately, again, want to say one more time, Olivia Terry's run does end as alongside with Brandon Kessler, her partner that ran through it with her throughout. Unfortunate exit for them, but congratulations to Meradith McGee and Kenny Doyle that advance on to fight on in the WCS.
That is correct. And that's going to do it for us, folks. William Stewart, Nick Teixeira. Come back next week for our Queen Seat match, where we will get Cheyenne Richards and Chrissy Grimmel, even if Cheyenne has to run through the snow, the 1.5 inches that was in Texas, to make it happen. I'm just kidding. Cheyenne, we won't let you do that. Right,
oh, no, we will. Care. We will. We absolutely will. This is a demand.
See you guys.